What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 18 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Elspeth von Draken Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Lorn has fallen. This enclave of elves was unfortunately the last thing that we needed to complete our imperial authority to true heirs of Sigmar level, or to get it to true heirs of Sigmar level, which we did, giving us a massive 20 growth, 3 control, and 10% income from all buildings, plus 30% electric count state troop unit replenishment time, though I'm not 100% sure that one actually works. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's suspiciously even that everything is taking 10 turns rather than something else. And I swear that some of the things before were taking 5 turns, and it's just suspicious now that it's 10. But anyway, not a huge deal at the end of the day. We are also in the process of building our armies, and between the episodes I actually had an idea for another army based on a few comments. Basically, we complete the missing units of electric count state troops and build an army composed entirely of state troops, and fill in the missing spaces with some amethyst units, or possibly regiments of renown as well. I think it could be a pretty nice and workable solution. Minus a few like the Karlberg Greatswords, because Karl needs all of them, because that'll round out his army. But yeah, happy with that. Ooh, also, before I forget, you are going to be the Rose's Thorns, just to get a name in there. It's very nice. Especially for an elite greatsword unit. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? Yes, we did reach the engagement threshold, and yes, it'll be an hour long, and yes, the offer still stands. 250 likes, 40 comments, and the next episode will be an hour long as well. Lorn will get destroyed now, and we will take the... I mean, the replenishment is probably irrelevant. Take them... Pardon the captives. Now, there was a comment, a very, very important comment, last episode, that suggested, what if we build a Garden of Morr over here? And you know what? I didn't even think of it. For some reason, I thought that they had to be in sort of around Imperial. Well, first I thought it had to be within the Empire. Then I thought it would have to be our territory outside the Empire, but now, no. And it's not the case at all, which makes sense considering why the tech tree gives us the ability to build the, or not build, but to research the thing that gives us... that thing. You know the thing, right? The ability to see our friendly factions, other Imperial factions, because I was going to have Elspeth sail all the way out there, but we don't need to bother. And we can have her go to Cathay, which is the furthest away, and where probably the biggest threats left on the map are, which is most likely going to be Loke here. He's at strength rank 4, but strength rank 2 is Karazakarak, and strength rank 3 is an Agaron, which is definitely not going to stay to be the case as soon as our 3 armies that are up here move in. The Blessed Dread is next up there, but it is interesting to see that it's the Dark Elves that are doing so well. Another important thing, if we take a look at Quick Deal, we have another Confederation available with Wissenland. It does unfortunately, sorry, trigger warning, but mean more admin this episode as we deal with this, but fortunately with only 4 territories, it shouldn't be a crazy amount. Wissenland, he will join the Empire as well. The Empire of Nuln, I should say. Alright, like so, and you know what, while we're doing admin, military alliance with Everland? Sure, why not?
By Sigmar's will, come in peace. Indeed.
Who knows if they'll ever confederate, might as well military alliance set up. Eataine is nearly ready for a military alliance. They wouldn't do it for 8k though, so they can go screw themselves. Yep. That's all I have to say on that matter. Ironbrow's expedition, sorry, but you're gonna die, and thus we can continue to ignore you. Cavalry, still kind of on the fence about you. I feel like we could be friends, but not sure. It really, once again, depends on whether they get into a fight with the Bretonnians and the Karazakarak dwarves. Anyway, Confederation between Nuln and Wissenland. We will need to get rid of the 2 new, probably garbage armies that we got out of that, though I will check you. Monster Hunter, no. Warrior Priest, Regressive, no. You have a Toll Keeper, but you now have nothing. Okay, we need to... 1, and 2, and 3. Like so, and then you have nothing, and you will also go. which puts us back to around 22k. On the bright side, this gave us some decent territories. We will just have to sort of rebuild them. We do have the technology after all. And Ergig, I believe, was ours, but Talabayam was not. Don't need the liveries, certainly don't need the barracks, and it's only right that we now have the Blazing Sun chapter house, especially considering we've... oh! Wait, attacks flammable effect, reducing fire resistance... Let me see that. Attacks cause flammable effect, reducing fire resistant for Knights of the Blazing Sun units. Do they not cause fire damage right now? Was that...
Bringing plans to fruition.
Yes, they do. Oh, but they have a flammable contact effect. Yes. All right, well, that's very nice. That's very nice indeed. That somebody else had a similar effect, but apparently not in this particular army. But anyway, yes, we definitely need that for, you know, even more fire damage, so... very nice, and we'll pop you into the Council of Burgomeisters, if I can find it in here. And those are all the new territories, right? At least I hope they are. There were 5, so that was Talabayam, it was Wolfenburg, and Norden, and Castle von Rauken, that's 4. And there must have been another one somewhere here. But I'm not 100% sure what it is or where it was. Does it matter all that much? Probably not. We'll most likely find it out here while... No, I think I built that myself. We'll probably find it out here while clicking stuff randomly. It wasn't Middenheim. Oh, wait, it was one of these, wasn't it? Not... Oh, it was Recruit... No, it wasn't Wreckers. It doesn't matter, I don't care. We'll get it all eventually, hopefully. Anyway, let's keep everybody else moving, shall we? Emin Pfeiffer, you're going to knock out Malice Darkblade. I think it's not worth a fight. You've already defeated him many a time, and frankly, what's left here is pretty garbage. Yeah, that's not worth a fight. Hopefully it doesn't do too much damage to us. Or actually, it would have been fine if it did, because we would be moving in there anyway. Or wanting to fight this particular army. I don't know why I said moving in there. I saw Slaneshi army, and anyway. Serena Katrin, maybe you can knock out these guys so we don't have to deal with them. Although, we could reach them. Deconstructor Zintler. I mean, there's a lot of you guys moving around. Land Admiral is where he's supposed to be, though. Yeah, I guess you give up on chasing Siggy for now. Let him run away to wherever it is he's running. Hopefully you move towards Serena Katrin rather than around this whole thing. Oh! You're gonna fight? Okay, well, goodbye. I was expecting them to actually fight this. Oh my lord, I keep forgetting that the auto-resolve doesn't seem to like this army. I wonder why. Got some decent stuff in there. Van Horstman's Speculum. Decent, and may actually be a good thing in this army. I'll think about it. This army hasn't gotten into any fights that I've thought that were going to warrant actually itemizing as yet, especially since we're still relatively low on items. Which is kind of surprising, but, you know, it happens. Anyway, Deconstructor Zintler, you... Wait, is your new crossbowman ready? You need to land if it is. It is ready. And I want the... Alright, fine, just go here. Suffer attrition? Or... Because it's a chaos waste, eh? I mean, I guess we'll suffer attrition no matter where we go. You know what? Fine, go this way, and you can land at the Fortress of the Damned. By the time you land here, Land Admiral Zintler and Eben Pfeiffer will have probably taken all of this stuff and then started moving this way. Do we need 3 armies in this area? Yeah, we kind of do. There's a lot of enemies, and then one of them will most likely peel away to move down here, though it looks like Yvresse is making a nice effort to invade the Nagaron's territory, which I'm proud of them for. Also, Elspeth, you have a little bit of movement remaining, don't you? Did I not teleport you? I just teleported you. I guess I built the thing, but it didn't teleport you. Teleport. There you go. Alright, and we're here. And, okay, now your movement is gone. Good, good, good. And beautiful. And I guess, well, okay, there's once again no guarantee that we're keeping this one. We might build our own here somewhere. But it's nice to have it. Once again, really appreciate the comment, because this will get some very nice battles for Elspeth as she starts hunting the Blessed Dread, who are surprisingly not at war. with the northern provinces, but that may not necessarily be a bad thing, because it allows the northern provinces to continue fighting the puppets of misrule instead, and that's probably good, because they'd have an issue with it otherwise. Anyway, hey you sir. I believe you don't need anything else, right? Oh, right. You wanted the Luminarch, but I don't think you needed anything, so you can just keep moving. You got everything you want. Not levels, mind you, but you got everything else you want, and you're ready for some fights with those Chaos Dwarfs, and so are you, sir. Keep moving regardless of the... Oh, we can actually skip some attrition by sitting here in Kazadirkalaz for a turn. Lovely. Go on. And there you go. Also, our Thunder Barges, newly acquired for the Land Admiral, soon to be Grand Admiral, as somebody in the comments suggested. You two Thunder Barges. Okay, we just need to ferry them over so they don't get killed at sea. Although, to be fair, it's going to be kind of hard for anybody to kill the Thunder Barges. Helmet. I might still replace the land ships with some flyers, but I think for now you are good. And I guess you're going southward to help against whatever's going on down here. We could send you to the lizards as well, but I mean, you could go there from the land of the dead. Should you desire to do so, go. I really wish lords other than Elspeth could use the sort of fast travel. It's really nice, but at least, I mean, I'm happy that Elspeth can do it. It's a really nice addition to the campaign. I'm not sure how I'm going to play the other Empire Lords without it now, because it's just too good, especially for the main stack, which wants to get into a ton of battles. You know what I mean? It's great. Hopefully you don't nerf it into the ground somehow, to the point that it's, you know, not super usable. But anyway, let's see. I somewhat trust them. Let's skip the rest of this. Outpost upgrade. Okay, whose outposts are available? Middenland we don't care about. Averland we don't care about. Urson Revivalists. You can build Frostworms now, so we might actually get some value out of this. And you can build some more stuff here at the Burning Monolith. Where's the safest place to build this? Most of these don't seem that safe. Howling Citadel is fairly far from everything. You know, let's do Howling Citadel. Like so. Great Orthodoxy, you can also technically build Frostworms, and we do have some allegiance with you. Yeah, why not? Let's build a thing in Zoishank. Spending the money on it now. Everus, we will also want to build the outpost, but we can't afford it right now, but we will, and I assume that you can build some interesting stuff. Yeah. Arcane Phoenixes, I'm not thinking that dragons are going to be super necessary to what we've got going on, but I can certainly see a few uses for some Arcane Phoenixes and an army. As long as we can afford it, and as long as the enemies aren't all destroyed by the time we get said army up. Anyway, now we can... Ah, damn, there was a commandment available. Probably from one of the new, formerly Ostlander territories, like you, cancel the Burgomeisters. And I assume that that was that. Well, let's hope so. Damage building. Fortress of the Damned. Oh, that's where the building's damaged. Yeah, no, I don't care about you. End turn. I remember last episode, I think it was in this campaign, or possibly Malachi's campaign, where I was wondering where that damaged building was over and over again, because I kept skipping over it at the end of the turn. Alright, Cult of Pleasure moving around, but it looks like the donut is safe for now. Odd not to see it in Archaon's hands after Archaon conquering the entire thing in the big campaign. But anyway, military alliance for Durthu. No, Durthu, no. I love you, man, but I can't trust you. You're a maniac, and you will randomly attack our allies. I've gotten bit by that from Durthu one time too many. Ally begins outpost construction. Faction destroy the Drowned. Oh, damn, I was going to request something to peace out or declare war on them. Break Herd. Wait. That's important. A research rate for Boris. Ferryman, Smuggler, another Tradesman. Okay, and 2 Tradesmen. Do you have a Tradesman? I think they can only be carried by Lords, right? Wait, let me just see here. Yeah, they can only be carried by Lords, meaning a few Lords need to carry them. Carl, do you have loot? Okay, no, you don't have room. You? Who are you again? Oh, Boris, yes. Tradesman for you, and we have another one to give to, I don't know, how about Helmut Feuerbach? There we go. A little bit more cash. Not a lot, mind you. Did that only give us like plus 200 gold? Huh. I think it should be more, but anyway. I got distracted by something, and now... Where is Siggy going? Oh, it doesn't matter where he's going. He's dead. Land Admiral Zintler will hunt him down. Huh. Now, funnily enough, I was chasing around Siggy in 2 campaigns, both this one and the Malachi one. There's some parallels here. And, ooh, hello. They got armies. Huh. Maybe if we auto-resolve ourselves here, the enemy will be willing to actually attempt to fight us. Sack. And then occupy.
Pioneer of progress.
Yeah.
You will never be safe.
I mean, this army is relatively weak, but that many doggos might be an interesting thing to contend with for that particular army. We also need to declare war on Valkia, and I guess, yeah, we're gonna swap places here. I want to see what Elspeth is doing. Is she in range? Aha, look here, Felhart is besieging Hanu port. We need to go there. We need to go there quick. Run. Hopefully he doesn't... Oh, did he already sack? No, what the heck? Wait. Where's the main stack? Okay, so it hasn't been destroyed, but the main stack is in trouble. I'm gonna hope that he can't take that with this. Upgrade your damn garrison so that they have more troops there. We need his sky junks. We can declare war on these guys immediately. Western provinces, let's talk. Maybe this will make him run from Elspeth. We don't want anything from you, just... You know what? Do we even want to take their money so that they can recover? I mean, we're gonna be doing all the work for them. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Take their money. Take their money. They're hiring us to do all their work for them, so we might as well. All right, Zintler. Well, let's level you, sir. And then let's attack Siggy. Sick of chasing him. And I'm not even sure whether I'm sick of it from this campaign or from the other campaign, but I am sick of it. Imperial Gunnery. Max that out. And you too. Increase mobility, extra powder, please. And triangulation is maxed out, so we're good with you. Gun sight. I mean, I've been doing gun sight for these guys to increase their damage, so I will continue doing gun sight. What about you? Gun sight. Go figure. Alright, and the rest of you are looking good. Too bad they don't increase the speed of units like the Dwarfen engineers do. You are missing Lord's Counselor. I don't think this really does anything for us. At least not out here, let's face it. Shield of Thorns certainly has potential in this particular army because applying it on a land ship and then melee damage reflection could be quite nice. I'm going to start with Mark of Sigmar's Ward first. We need these two. Yeah, Dwellers Below is great. It's absolutely fantastic, but let's face it. Do we need it? Do the land ships really need Dwellers Below? I doubt it. Anyway, we're gonna fight this mostly because it seems entertaining. The enemy, of course, stands no chance whatsoever, but it's Siggy's main stack, I guess, and though it'll be nothing soon enough. Alrighty, here we go. Of course, the enemy stands no chance. This isn't a particularly strong army, but it should be fun. Now, somebody did ask in the comments to see a battle from the enemy's perspective, in this particular case, rather than ours, I guess, so that's what we're going to do. The land ships are going to move in slow motion, and damn, looking pretty big as they crest that hill and move towards the enemy, firing all the while. And both the land ships and the steam tanks alike, though the land ships are so huge, it makes the steam tanks look small. Anyway, seeing this moving towards you, especially as just like a regular infantryman with like a shield and a whip in the case of the Hell Scourges, what do you even do? What do you even do about all of this? Oh, those poor Chaos Marauders. So they're going to have a very bad day. A very bad day indeed. And there we go, the tank and the land ship mowing down droves of enemies. Enemies exploding around as the land ships fire in all directions. Nothing that the enemy has enough mass to stop this train of destructions. Chaos Dwarfs, eat your heart out with regards to trains. We'll build our own train by just ramming a bunch of land ships together in one blob. It's certainly working decently well. Looks like a few of the Warhounds decided to peel away and go after our war wagons, but a brief sort of detour for our land ships. Clears those out, and we move back into the fray once more. What I wanted to try to do here is get the enemy to blob up as much as possible on all the tanks and land ships so that we could activate all of their mines and steam expulsion at the same time, which I've never done for as long as we've had this army, and just to see how it would go. Plus, I was always curious whether those things could actually deal damage to us or not, because the tooltip is kind of unclear about it, because it doesn't say either thing. But anyway, there we go. Landmines and steam expulsion alike leaves a bloody trail all around the land ships and the steam tanks as well. And lots of those demonettes disappear, and look at the damage from that. Ouch. And yeah, the HP was eaten away by that, and it looks like most of the demonettes will begin melting from that particular maneuver. Very nice. Just a few more hits from these guys. And I do believe the battle is ours. Alright. I think Siggy might still be alive somewhere in there. Yeah, he's running around, but we could just snipe him down with the war wagons. It seems like it's a waste of using the land ships for that purpose as they chase the enemy army down in a blob. And yeah, you could absolutely build a doom stack with these, but even 5 I feel like is a little bit too many. It's not necessary, it's just they're really fun. And fun is the name of the game after all. Alright, a Chaos Spawn, of course unbreakable. Units still alive. Siggy, not so unbreakable, however, and we'll book it on out of there as we gun down both him and the last of the spawn. And by the looks of it, the war wagons have nearly brought him down as well. And this is why I wanted to keep them. They're pretty good at this sort of thing. They're way, way better at it in SFO, but even in vanilla, they're pretty good. And no, I'm not going to keep talking. I'm not going to stop saying how much I love Free Company Militia and War Wagons. It's never going to stop in Imperial campaigns. But I still do love them more in SFO than in vanilla. Plus, this campaign's all about using the newer units a little bit more. Anyway, decisive victory for us, but it was always going to be in this case. Alright, very nice as always. Granted, this army was never going to stand a chance against our army, but it was fun watching it get decimated nonetheless. Once again, I think I say this every time we fight with this army, but it's going to be a long, long time before I'm tired of seeing it in action. Now, I guess you can actually... Oh. These guys have taken car on car. I guess the question is, do we start you on them here, or do we help out with Valkia? I'd love to see where Valkia's main stack is. I'd love to engage with it, but I have no idea where it is at the current time. Anyway, you're going to land at the Fortress of the Damned at max speed. You're going to delete your Regu crossbow, and you're going to replace it with a super crossbow. Super crossbow may be a little bit of a strong word, but where are we here? Star River Patrol. How long until the next citizens guns? A bit of a while, let's say, but anyway, do that. I actually think that... You know how we get 2 out of 2 from Carl? I think this was a good idea. It's a little bit annoying the way that this currently works, and I feel like maybe it should be tied to maybe the number of imperial provinces. Like, the number shouldn't be 1 out of 1. It should be 1 out of 9 or whatever, and just depending on the number of imperial provinces you have. Once you have fully, once you fully have Averland, it becomes 2 out of 2. Once you fully have Stirland, 3 out of 3, Talabekland, etc., 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 for the entire empire, under your control. This would probably be a better way to do it, as I think it's a shame that we don't get to use those troops more often, especially for troops that replace basic garbage, like the swordsmen, for example. You'd be a little bit more likely to actually use lots of Swords of Ulrich if you could actually build them, but you're generally getting them in decent numbers only in really, really late game, and it's just not worth it. Yeah, Which is a shame, but once again, we'll mix and match and build an army around all state troops once we complete the requisite research. And speaking of the requisite research, Elspeth just completed hers, and these 2 landships can be replaced by Amethyst landships, which will be nice. And I honestly forgot what I was going to replace the Hellblasters with now. Oh, I guess we can't build anything. Yeah, we can get ogres. I guess we can't build anything here right now anyway. Alright, oh wow, okay, this turn is not over. I was like, oh, let's end the turn, but no, not even close. Andreas, you are recruiting, but not this, oh, actually this turn. You are recruiting this turn. And the thing that you are recruiting is for Mr. Karl Franz, 2 steam tanks, unless, wait. Is it Elspeth or, yeah, it's Elspeth. I wanted to see whether we could build the steam tanks with the volley guns. Oh, right, I was going to give those to Elspeth as well. Well, it might not be necessary. Also, we don't then need the regular Hellblaster volley guns in your army. And we can just trade them off to you like so. And once Karl has those 2 tanks, he'll be 1 turn away from the... Oh, no, he has the Emperor's Wrath right now. Alright, take it now then. Yes, it's expensive, but, you know, the Emperor should have the Emperor's Wrath. Yes, it's just because of the name. That's the only reason I'm doing that. Also the fact that, you know, he... like Elspeth, should have some of the really good stuff, especially since we're not giving him the Demigryphs. We're giving him the regular Reichsguard, though he does buff them to pretty considerable levels at the same time, to be fair. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? And what's Valkia? You are still crossing the mountains. Boris, I still don't know how you're going to get that... Man, is this entire... Yeah, it's all Chaos Corrupted or Vampiric Corrupted or other nonsense. Oh, Hungrum. Well, anyway, we're about to join you in all of this, so move in camp stance, I guess, just so that you don't suffer... Wait. Oh, this is a Legion of Asgore territory. I didn't even realize that. It's barely defended, though. Who are you at war with? You're at war with only the Knights of Caledor. Oh, Knights of Caledor. You're reasonably friendly with the dwarfs. Let's go. Legion of Asgore, declare war. Defensive alliance. Good.
Observe my skill.
Observe your skill at what? Losing all your territory? You're not doing very good down there, Emmerich. Ah, high elves. Arrogant to the last. Anyway, Boris, you're gonna quickly auto-resolve Silver Pinnacle for us. This is gonna massively damage the, this is gonna massively damage the poor flagellants, isn't it? Well, way more than it should have been. Oh, it looks like the auto-resolve hates the Zotes. I mean, look at this. It was 7 units of hobgoblins. Come on, man. But anyway, I guess the question here is, are we keeping this? We could make a lot of money from taking some territory here. We do have gemstones in this particular location. I'm gonna say maybe, but also maybe not. I'll think about it. Nah, you know what? While this particular location gives us the... wait, what do gemstones do for us? They make us a massive amount of money. This one territory could generate like 1,500 gold just by virtue of the Tailor's Guild in combination with the high-level city-state, gem cutter's workshop, and toll gates. But it would take a long time to build and it would cost extra. Might be worth it to just trade it to our allies. I will think about it. Also, who are you fighting with? You are raiding for dwarfs of... Oh, you're fighting the Urson Revivalists, who I thought were also fighting up here. No, they're not. Okay, never mind. We're fine. I was worried about them losing territory up there, but it looks like I don't have to be. Helmut Feuerbach and, well, technically this is BRUCKNER'S army, but you know what? Helmut's also a very famous man in the Empire, so why not? You go to Matworka, we'll go grab that mysterious island, and you know what? If we want to, we can hit Black Buckthorn to try our cavalry army out. It might be a fun little detour for us. We're after good battles now, after all, since the Empire is relatively safe, and ooh, I forgot, where did that... We gotta double check. So we saw that Redhorn tribe spawn, right? The game really loves spawning full stacks in the middle of your territory that you can do nothing about. I don't see them, though. It was a world event, right? Redhorn tribe. That doesn't say. It's concerning. Suddenly they'll declare war on us and take an undefended territory. And yes, I'm still not going to build walls everywhere, but yeah. Anyway, Karl. Not you, because you have to sit still here. If only you had the ability of Elspeth to teleport back here to continue your retrofits. But anyway, techs, if we are going to... I mean, I really want Imperial Architects. I really, really do. But there's a few things that I think we want to pay for now. Funnily enough, we never got any of the Purge abilities, which would buff our capabilities against certain factions, but let's face it, we haven't really needed them. Out of all this... Sign of the Empire is tempting. But I think we unlock all the regiments of the state troops, and then we'll do some more buffs, and hopefully we'll get a few more students and other stuff that'll increase our research by then. Anyway, Altdorf, ready for an upgrade to tier 5. It's already making 4.1k. And it'll be making even more. That's going to cost us, like, all of our cash, but, well, what can you do? More importantly, it'll give us the access to the Imperial Palace, which gives us control +2 faction-wide, and some other decent stuff. Yeah, and a maxed out control in Altdorf itself. Plus, this will allow us to max out the Altdorf Colleges of Magic as well. Even if it did take all of our money. Anyway, we'll start from the bottom once again. Fortress of the Dam we don't care about. Cold Mires don't collect income. We'll just trade it to our allies once I am not too lazy to do so. Forest of Gloom, you're fine. Wolfenburg. Oh, right, the new territories. Weaving House, and Growth. Can't believe Wolfenburg is a tier 1. The heck is this? Talabheim, you are in the same situation, but we can upgrade your city. We do want the Blazing Sun Chapter House, and we definitely want the Furs. At least that was an easy build. And I guess it'll be a little bit of a while before we get your Gunsmith going, but that's alright. And Talabheim, oh wow, you're actually making lots of cash. Because of the presence of these things. Yeah, you're going to be a cash cow province, sooner rather than later. Which is always nice to see. Anyway, I believe while we have a little bit of money remaining, we want to end the turn, as it will complete our Nuln Gunnery School, and give Elspeth the ability to get her land ships, her Amethyst land ships. I'm really, really curious as to what kind of upgrades the schematics will give to Amethyst land ships. What kind of crazy nonsense will it do for them? And will it also mean that we'll probably want to get a couple of Amethyst land ships in the Land Admiral's army? It really depends on what they do. Without any unique upgrades from the schematics from the Gunnery School, they took Hanu Port. They still managed to take it with help from the filthy rats. Unbelievable. Well, there goes the Skyjunk plan, or at the very least, there goes the Skyjunk plan specifically from these guys, because we'd have to take it at tier 3. Maybe we can still build Skyjunks out of Nangao. It's possible. They don't actually have it here in Nangao. I think they had it at... No, they don't have it at Pomei, and they don't have it at Wei Jin. That was the... Damn you. Damn you. I'm so surprised that they were able to take that garrison. There's no way that they would have been able to do that with us defending, but oh well. Anyway, free schematics. Elspeth, you gotta take revenge for all this. Don't even bother moving in march stance. Wait, are you able to... No. Go here. Oh, channel while you move.
Follow me.
Knock out both these armies. Hopefully they don't just jump over us. Do you have 1 territory remaining? 2. Academy of Excellence. Unlock Amethyst Landship, unlock Amethyst Artillery, upkeep production for gunnery units, all armies. -5%. Very nice indeed. Sword of Cain claimed for Tyrion. Uh-oh. Somebody just cursed their bloodline. And... And, ooh, damn, I was hoping that was Valkia herself. What do we have here? You've backed up to the Silver Tower of Sorcerers. You? Where are you going? Are you going to the Folly of Malefics? Okay, we can undo that, sort of. Let us trade the Fetid Catacombs and the Folly of Malefics after we do Diplo, because it'll get rid of a trade good. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Nothing really here. Hag Grief wants peace. Rats want peace. None of that's gonna happen. Emery's still kind of friendly. Don't like the treaties with the Chevalier de Lyonesse. If you attack the Chevalier, we will join Réponse de Lyon to kill you. But anyway, really too bad that you can't reach this. But anyway, head out for Infernius, I guess, and we'll see how he reacts. Maybe he'll try to move back around to Blood Mountain. more likely than not, he'll just keep on running from us. I probably should have looted and occupied that, but at the same time, it's probably not enough for us to care about. Ulrika, don't waste the scribe. It doesn't work on heroes. Faction destroyed Hag Grief. Sorry, Malice. I do love you as a character, but you had to go. Valia Malefics. Trade. Oh, wow, they've got a decent amount of cash available to them. I could take some of their cash. They kind of needed to fight these guys, but they do have a few armies around now. Yeah, I'm going to take their cash once. Let's face it, we've given them a lot of territory for free, and I mean a lot. I don't want to take all their money because it'll bankrupt the AI and it'll prevent it from doing anything. But for like 4 territories, we'll take 5k gold. It's not like we're asking for 20k or whatever. Blood Mountain, we can give it to you as well. And we'll give you Infernius next turn. We'll see how he reacts to all this, especially with no enemies nearby. Or do we keep Blood Mountain around just to bait them in? You know what, let's keep it around. Maybe they'll... Yeah, but he could go down here to try to loop around, and that just seems like a hassle. Yeah, you know what, never mind. Have the Folly of Malefics as well. Wait, no. Have Blood Mountain. I can't believe I just said Blood Mountain like 50 times, and then I was like, Folly of Malefics. Oh, the brain, the memory, it don't work so good no more. Anyway, Zintler. One of the Zintlers. Was there not an island I was gonna send you to? Huh. Odd. Quite odd. Anyway, Valkia, who are you at war with? You are at war with nobody.
Ready to annihilate your kind.
I feel like there should be a massive debuff to any Khornate faction that, well, the AI should automatically declare war on somebody as soon as they're not at war if they're a Khornate faction, and if a Khornate player is playing, if they're not at war for even a single turn, they should have like a ludicrous debuff to their entire faction. Like massive amounts of money loss, control minus 99, just this ridiculousness. Khorne would not stand for this, Valkia. And frankly, Valkia, you wouldn't stand for this either, so let's be realistic here and declare war on you. Don't bother calling allies to help, mostly because I'm always terrified of them just saying no, and then just crippling our allegiance income. Working for allegiance so hard and then not getting anything out of it. And yes, I'm aware that by declaring war we could get everybody to be friends, and on top of that, get everybody to give us missions to kill these things. But at the same time, I feel like it's not worth the risk. Occupy. Alright, Valkia. Your fall begins here. Now, Gunnery School, let's check you out. What do you do for upgrades? Bound Spell, Doom and Darkness, that's okay. Catacomb, Cannonball, Ammunition, Armor Piercing, and Homing. Are the regular cannonballs that they fire not armor piercing? Ooh, Spirit Leech, hello. Passive ability, Cremation Engine. From the land ship pours a death cloud of ash and magic, choking all consumed by its fog. It's a frickin' Mortis Engine effect. Cremation Engine, Mortis Engine, oh my. Oh, yes, please. Well, that's just ridiculous. Yeah, you know what, we're gonna need a couple of Amethyst land ships in the Land Admiral's army. It'll be unfortunate to get rid of a couple of high-rank regular ships that have been around so long, but a Mortis Engine effect will be very nice, especially when they're running through blobs of enemies. I wish it didn't cost a billion schematics, and, you know, let's face it, it'll be a while before we get to this. But it'll still be nice. Let's get 2 of them on the field ASAP, and we'll put them into Elspeth's army just to do a little work with them. And we'll get at least 2 more for the Land Admiral, because he's got to have a little bit of everything that's mechanical around. Anyway, let's keep moving. I'd like to go to end the turn and take revenge on Lokir, retake Hanu Port, and give it back to our friends here. Bunch of idiots. You. Now... just to double check, not Western Provinces, they don't have sky junks anymore. Northern provinces. Yeah, alright, we'll just keep saving up. Let's get the Thunder Barges to where they need to go. Make sure that there are no rogue armies around, rogue fleets, whatever. Alright, try to cross the sea with the Thunder Barges.
Yes, my lord.
Deconstructor Zintler, you're up next, sir. Serena Cat, where are you going? What is she do? Oh, we told her to fight Naga. No. I'll go down there. Fight somebody who's closer to home. There is nobody closer to home, is there? Huh. We should get her to fight Kar, but I suppose Nagaron isn't actually the worst idea in the world because they can actually use the these territories. I wonder. Join war against Decadent Host. -11. Nah, okay, it's not gonna happen. I was thinking we get them to declare war against Kar, and thus take these territories and start holding them. Because clearly half of this game is about making Kislev more powerful. Anyway, Deconstructor Zintler, I guess you're going to the Palace of Princes, sir. And then loop back around. You can't reach it this turn, but you can reach it next turn. You still gotta wait a little bit for your next... wait. Nah, I was hoping we could raid the enemy territory, but no dice. You will still have to get your Sutzen's guns. I will try to remember this. And will try my best. Next, who can move? Who can move? Who can fight? What do we have here once again? 6, 4, 6, 6, what? 1? Huh? Did we not just build one of these? What the heck is going on with these? First it was 10, then it was 5, then it was 1. Is it just doing it for 3 per turn now? I honestly have no idea what's going on with that stuff, but whatever. Maybe I just ended more turns than I realized and confused myself. I do have a tendency to confuse myself, after all, on a day-to-day basis. It's a real problem, guys. Anyway, Helmut Feuerbach, you... What's the likelihood this guy hits you? No, you can't even get out to see. Hopefully he's not moving away from you, though. Also, yeah, you see how the frickin' Karazakarek is not taking Granti Mingle? Completely surrounded by their territory. Completely surrounded. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full stacks around the place. Not one is trying to move towards this. They're all ignoring it. Now, this is what I'm talking about, the AI being programmed not to kill off factions. And that's not even their last territory, but it's very strange behavior. I don't understand why they did that. Just so that the player has factions to eliminate, or so that the factions survive longer on the map? And thus, I don't know, and thus it looks like stuff is going on, like things are locked in eternal combat rather than one faction sort of overrunning everybody. Maybe it was an overreaction, a pendulum-like overreaction to the, you know, the situation in the first and second game where you would have, like, the greenskins or the dwarfs conquer, like, 50% of the world by themselves. Maybe they wanted to avoid that since it's a possibility. At least that's my best guess as to why they programmed it that way, but I don't remember if it was that way back in those games, which is another thing. Oh, also, Serpent Jetty. I forgot to trade you. How much is it worth to you? Decent amounts. Wait. Declare war on Kar. Oh, there's Valkia.
Silence, worm!
Silence, worm. Valkia. Alright, declare war. On you. Don't call allies.
No.
Then we'll ask Kislev to join us. And the Land Admiral, I guess you're going to try to find Valkia. I'd love to see how her army fares against you personally. Serpent Jetty, to you, to join the war against Kar. Perfect. Oh, we can get more war declarations. Anybody else here whose territory you want to steal? I mean, technically Valkia, but... I mean, we could give Valkia's territories to Boris while this stuff is, just fine for now. Let's just do this. And you can pay us a little bit of cash for our trouble.
This shall suffice.
I mean, we did conquer quite a bit of Norska for you, and frankly, the only reason you got so much territory in Norska was because we did all the work for you. Making everything around the Empire safe by making the Empire safe. Anyway, more of the... new army stuff. And you know what? 1, 1, 1, 1, just so... Oh, we won't be able to see how quickly they... Alright, fine. 1, 1, 1, 1. I want to see how many turns they take. It's just curious. So we do this. Nah, it's already nearly a full army. Beautiful. We'll see how they function. So 7, 7, 7, 6. 6. 9. Huh? Okay, so I think what's happening is that these ones are supposed to be 10, and then they go to 7 instead with 30% reduction. The ones that are 9 are probably supposed to be 15, And yeah, that's probably it. I don't know why you're at 1, but I ain't complaining. We'll see if they lower by a single turn or not. I also gotta figure out where to send this army. Oh, you know what I actually should have done? I screwed that up. What I should have done is built that army down here, because it could help fight in Cathay. Though I suppose it depends on how long it takes to get that army up, or how long it takes to get more Imperial State troops. Either way. We're done this turn, so we're going to skip the rest of this. We're going to quickly build a few buildings in the lower level territories. Quinnell, I want you upgraded. Because we're going to trade you, or at least we hope to. Fort Burg-Bray, I really don't care about upgrading you. Fortress of the Damned and Shagrath, we're not holding on to ya. Bordelot, yes. You're going to be a big part of our income in the future. This is fine. Correct Ziflin, yes, for money at 4.8k. Really missing the fact that we don't have Council of Burgomeisters there because Grungzint is owned by... wait, not Grungzint. Yes, Grungzint. Yeah, Grungzint is owned by the Kuhan faction. A village here at Wolfenburg, and we're out of money. Can't even upgrade the clothiers. Sad. Oh well. Let us... Yeah, let's end the turn. Urson Revivalists attacked by the Maggot Host. Yeah, that was always bound to happen. We don't have an army up there. I'm gonna need to send somebody to help them. Alright, fine. I guess it's another thing for... Huh, I wonder how our State Troop army would fare against the Maggot Host, especially if they run into Rot Knights and Toad Dragons. We shall see. Enter war. Alright. I'm just taking a drink if you're wondering what the heck the silence is. Let's see, Zatan the Black, Constructor, Grievous, sure. Riders of the Empire. Others search for the Nemesis... Oh, I completely forgot about that. Did it not get found and sealed? Huh. Okay, well, we'll come back here for a bit with Elspeth and deal with it. It's a 5-turn cooldown, unless I'm mistaken. I mean... Forgotten or not, I would have moved down here anyway because I really wanted to try to bail out Hanu Port. It didn't work out because they still managed to take it. After only 1 turn of sieging as well, which is surprising because usually the AI will siege for a lot longer than that. But anyway, I'll resolve this. And the rest of this is fine. Don't care about the Talisman of Protection. We got plenty of schematics for our trouble though. And we'll take Hanu Port at tier 3. Repair, repair. Immune to storm and reef attrition, super irrelevant for Elspeth. But what we will then do is delete the land ship, sad though it makes me to do so. Wait, maybe not. I want to see this. Let me look at you again. Nah, they're only going down by 1 turn. You're ready to go. I'm just wondering, well, we could probably make 2 of these armies, depending. We already have a pretty good infantry line here, get a few cavalry units and Emperor's Rat to act as artillery, though not the Sutzen's guns because we need them elsewhere. Got a couple cav units. It's already a decently balanced force. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Go figure. Yeah, we could have used some Stir River Patrol to work together with the Gunderman's Surefires, but we also have regiments of renown available to sort of help out and lead. For example, the Sigmar's Sons and maybe the White Wolves to act as crossbows. Grundle's Defender. We probably wouldn't have artillery in this army. Or we might put a few. It's weird to not have an Imperial army rather without artillery, you know? Anyway, Elspeth, as I was saying, delete the land ships for now.
Has the hourglass run out?
And get some Amethyst land ships. There you go, we're at 7 out of 8, so... I could have gone for 1 Amethyst land ship and gotten 2 riders, or we could just get another... one of these. Instead of... Oh, we actually have room for 2, eh? Because we have 2 Hellblasters. And we could also get rid of one of the cannons as well. Not that I dislike the Hellblasters, mind you. Or we could put 1 tank with a Hellblaster here. Honestly, none of this really matters in any way, because I don't feel like anything's going to really stand a chance against this army, but hey, you never know, it might. Anyway, Land Admiral Zintler. We've lost sight of Valkia, unfortunately, so I think we should start taking her territories until we sight her again. So, move out here. A little bit of a mini sort of auto-resolve going on here. Ah, I see a full stack there, though. We'll move towards it. Ooh, okay, oh, I forgot we gotta be real careful about the auto-resolve of the damn war wagons. Whatever they're called. More wagons. They're all more wagons to me. Other trickster shard, don't bother with it. And the tank, it's probably better to go for a healing potion, simply because, well, yeah, we can put the other trickster shard on you if we desire to do so. Because you could just hover over the enemy. Now, where are you going? Are you going to try to take the Folly of Malefics? You know what? I think just in case he does, here's what we'll do. We'll pop you into ambush. I'd really rather try to hunt this guy down. And if he takes this, we can at least kill him off. You will still take the Palace of Princes, however. And we will keep Infernius just in case Kygas goes there. Occupy. What? Huh? Oh, they never upgraded it. Weird. Oh, we traded it to them, didn't we? Interesting. Interesting when the AI doesn't react to that. Also odd behavior as well. But anyway, you keep going up here. Try not to suffer attrition.
Pick up the pace.
I feel like air units maybe should be immune to attrition at sea. Or at the very least, thunder barges. They might be too big for it. But anyway, let's go to Kazadir Kulaz and head on in here. And you are still trying to get to the Blasted Expanse, which you can do so. Go, go, go. Gotta try to find an actual army belonging to the Legion of Asgore. Ooh, Zharna Grun still stands. Pyrrhic Victory, really? Alright, this is gonna hurt, isn't it? Ouch. The Gold Wizard? Why did it hurt the Gold Wizard so much? It's always interesting to see how the auto-resolve hates certain things. I'm almost tempted to say we prefer the schematics over the money right now. Simply because we have to unlock stuff. Anyway, hopefully there isn't a full stack to be able to capitalize on that, but I am excited about the prospect of attacking Zharna Grund, even though sieges have a tendency to be bugged. Perhaps both of these armies could hit the place together. As obviously these are weaker armies, and they're not really going to be able to take Zharna Grund with a full maxed out garrison by themselves. Anyway, you're gonna grab the Mysterious Island.
Pick up the pace.
And let's get your Fortified Grog, which gives us Mathan's Blessing and the massive 25% physical resistance. Then you're going to go real close to Mr. Black Buckthorn here.
Moving off.
And we're going to declare war on him, in the hopes that he attacks us or gets stuck. I don't know that he will, but he might. Yeah, we can't move, which means he can't move, I hope. And which means he will be forced to attack us, which means Bruckner and the Cavalry army are about to have some fun as soon as we end the turn. Let us get a few points spent, though. Devastating charge, let's get full plate armor. Guard vet. You're really missing that regeneration that you had when you were with Elspeth, but what can you do? Probably no need to run faster, simply because you already outspeed the other units. And the general. We need to give you items, probably not for this. If we encounter Scarbrand or somebody, then yeah, but for now I think you'll probably be fine. Also, dwarfs aren't generally particularly good against hypermobile armies, and this army is nothing if not hypermobile. Anyway, any more state troops we need to get onto the field? I mean, I guess we're putting them in here anyway, so you and you. And you know what? I'm gonna delete the cannon just because we need the space to get the Emperor's Wrath in here. And I know that we've been building a lot of them, but whatever.
Let me take a look at you.
Oh, okay, I kept looking for it and I was like, what the heck? Where is it? There we go. Alright, and we'll need 4 more units when we replace these guys. Maybe we don't get artillery. Oh, we'll need some heroes in the army as well. At least a warrior priest to hold the line with the melee, and a mage. And what... oh, we don't have a celestial wizard. This is the perfect time to get one. Yes. Though, to be fair, it's probably not the ideal kind of wizard to put with basic imperial troops. simply because you'd get a lot more mileage out of something like a gold wizard to buff them, or a amber wizard to buff them, or a jade wizard to keep them alive. Or even a light wizard to give them Foz protection, because these guys are going to be pretty darn fragile. But nonetheless, you gotta work with what you got, and sometimes making armies that aren't necessarily going to be the most functional. It's part of the fun. Oh, we get a higher level from you at Altdorf, don't we? Yeah, alright. Celestial Wizard, the only one we're missing. Beautiful. Now we have all types of mages on the field somewhere. Next. Carl, you don't need to move for one more turn, but you are just about ready to do so. And we'll need to figure out what heroes we can put in this army, but I want to do it next turn because I'm excited to watch BRUCKNER'S cavalry army fight. Now let's do buildings real quick. Deadwood, don't collect income. Place is probably going to rebel. Forest of Gloom, once again, we don't care about you. Though I feel mean saying so. I believe there was a couple places where we still needed to build clothiers. Here. Well, this is one of the places at the very least. Stalia, ooh, yes, Magritta. Port and money and things. Ah, we can also get Knights of the Blazing Sun out of the Archecclesiastium. Interesting. Weaving House, we're gonna forego building the defenses here as yet, though we do need to build defenses here everywhere. Oh. No, whatever. On the other hand, who's gonna sail over here? Who even would? Tap room for you. Sullen, the rest of this probably all already has the maximum amount of money-making buildings. Ah, with the exception of Talabayam, which was a newly acquired territory. But the rest should be good. Alright, new tech. Now we have all of these guys unlocked. Tempted by Scion of the Empire. Oh, can't afford any of this stuff anyway, which means I guess we'll head to Imperial Architects for the income from province buildings. Could get a little bit of buffs for our melee infantry. You know what? We're starting to use a decent amount of the base infantry, and since we're doing so, we could probably get them a few buffs. I really want the range and the upkeep reduction for artillery pieces as well, so that'll be definitely on the agenda. Anyway, skip the rest of this. And on the turn, Black Buckthorn. Go ahead and attack us. We're waiting for you. Are these guys really gonna leave this around to keep raiding them as well? You want us to join war against Zatan? Not right now. The only reason I'm saying not right now is because there may eventually be a reason to try to get something out of them, as in out of Cathay, or specifically the northern provinces, by declaring war on those guys. Discovered. Look, this army isn't, it's just not worth fighting. Like, this is sad. And they're in March stance, this is sad. We're not gonna bother. We took basically no damage in the auto-resolve either. And we are gonna suffer attrition, so I think we'll play Praise Sigmar. And just to prevent the attrition from doing too much. More importantly is this, Black Buckthorn, what we wanted. Pyrrhic victory, medium casualties, that's what I like to see. We got Giant Slayers, which are going to be a problem for our cavalry. Organ Guns, definitely a problem for our cavalry. Iron Breakers will be difficult to break, and let's see if we can manage. Alrighty, Sigmar calls indeed. Calls for the all-cavalry army, plus 2 landships, that we finally got on the field. Can't wait to see these guys in action. The Bruckner leading, who should be on his own demigriff right there. And it'll be the demigriffs that charge into the center of the enemy line, as they're a lot less fragile than the other knights in some ways, and well, in many ways, but not all the ways, because of course we have that don't die Grim Resolve thing, Iron Resolve, whatever, that the Knights of the Black Rose have, and the Griffs don't. So they could still lose models potentially before the Knights of the Black Rose do. but the Knights of the Black Rose would probably take more damage from things like organ guns, etc., especially to individual units. Anyway, in addition to that, we've got the Knights of Morr on field together with the Knights of the Black Rose. Knights of Morr have always also looked pretty darn fantastic as units. I love the red and green and gold that they've got on them, and I can't decide which of these two particular knight units I like more, especially with the Knights of Morr black and gold armor, but still with that sort of skull face element that the share when the Knights of the Black Rose. Very, very nice. You gotta admit that the Imperial Knights look pretty fantastic, but I think human knights in general look pretty darn great. If we think about the Griffin Legion from the Kislevites as well, they also look pretty amazing. But Anyway, we're going to peel these guys away, and we're going to have the Knights of Morr and the Knights of the Black Rose hit the enemy. The Knights of Morr will lead because they have lances and are shock cavalry, as opposed to the Knights of the Black Rose, which are behind them. Now, I'm a little bit used to doing this formation with a couple of units of in lance formation up front or diamond formation, depending. I'm definitely missing the ability from SFO. I don't actually remember whether SFO gives Imperial Knights the ability to do it, but in my Bretonia campaign, what I'd like to do was to set up a unit of diamond formation shock cav and then square formation immediately behind them of a regular cav, so that the shock cav would punch through an enemy line and then the regular cav would wade in right after them. But anyway, I digress. We're going to set up and hit the enemy sort of from the side a little bit with our main force, and it does look like the enemy will send most of its units to react to the demigriffs, which are going to move together with the landships firing support both among them and before them as we charge. Our one and only flyer, our Lord Helmut Feuerbach, is heading towards the enemy organ guns, as we want to at least prevent one of them from firing, or at least do a little bit of damage to it while we move. And move we shall. Here we go. And the Royal Altdorf Griffites are right in the center, and I kind of spread out the heroes simply because there may be different locations of particular targets that we want to hit them with. And this will be simultaneous on the flank as well, so the cavalry army is going to hit the enemy real hard from several sides. And here we go, and this is why I wanted the land ship with these guys to help charge on in like this. It takes a few organ gun shots and flamethrower shots to the face, and look at those dwarfs flying first from the land ship, and then right after that from the demigriffs. Very nice, a heck of a charge, and hopefully we can prevent most of the enemy range units from firing, all the while dealing plenty of damage. Royal Altdorf Griffites also looking absolutely fantastic here. I mean, I did say that the human knights look pretty darn great, and that they do. Alrighty, now these units are engaged over on the flanks. We've taken a little bit more damage as we charged into Hammerers, Slayers, and Giant Slayers with the weaker, let's say, knights here. That said, the Knights of the Black Rose, while taking damage, we can see haven't really lost any units because of, once again, that Grim Resolve ability, or Iron Resolve. I swear, somebody has Grim Resolve. It's not just Iron Resolve, but anyway, Giant Slayers are very much in trouble, having been run down and pretty heavily damaged. They did manage to kill a few of the Knights of Morr, but that's alright. The enemy army's in pretty bad shape already, and I guess, if nothing else, generally speaking, the battles with the all-cavalry army are generally going to be pretty darn quick, as, well, we have a lot of alpha damage on them. Oh, Knights of Morr are looking pretty damn good once again. You gotta love these guys. Ooh, I like this guy too. Anyway, getting distracted by the armor there. Anyway, yeah, battles for this army are generally going to be pretty quick, unless it's against multiple big armies. I mean, If there were twice as many units here, we'd be doing a lot more cycle charging and sort of running through the enemies with our demigryphs rather than sort of staying in combat. But in this particular case, we have more benefit from staying in combat rather than using the mass of the demigryphs and the land ships to run through the enemy. Here, simply because we can have the Knights of Morr and the Knights of the Black Rose hit the enemy in the back, while the demigryphs, with their additional HP and generally more survivability, simply pin the enemy down. Anyway, with that, it looks like the Bleak Coast Buccaneers are pretty much done. A few more. The enemy lord has fallen to BRUCKNE'R's somewhere in there. A few slayers are still fighting in a small little circle, completely surrounded by the Knights of the Black Rose here. And now it's just a matter of chasing down as many of the enemies as we can. Well, actually, there are 3 Slayer units still on the field, though there will be none rather shortly. And that's the word I chose to use. Alright, demigryphs certainly have the mass to send these slayers tumbling to the ground, but not necessarily killing them with every blow, which means they'll get back up and we'll have to deal with them. And I assume that infantry have the same invincibility frame while getting up from this as... oh man, that must be so irritating. They must have the same invincibility frame as lords do. So getting charged like this without taking any damage means that it keeps our units sort of trying to kill them off for a while. But not to worry, we have lots and lots of cav, and if nothing else, this army should be fantastic at making sure any army that it defeats stays fully defeated, as it can catch pretty much anything. As in, this army can catch pretty much anything. We have to peel away a few of our units and give chase to the remaining units in a second. Now, this is the knights blocking each other, so we're just going to peel them away and then charge back in to make sure that those units actually die. Units do have a tendency to get in each other's way, and ouch, that looks pretty painful. I would imagine so, anyway. And this Slayer gets knocked around as well. But anyway, with that, the battle's over. I'm just going to speed it up, and we will chase what is left down. Nice little debut battle, though we did take a little bit of damage on one of the Empire captains, as I believe he got surrounded by Giant Slayers and heavily hurt. I'm excited to see how this army functions against a Khornate army and see those demigryphs face off against some Chaos Knights of Khorne, or possibly Skull or Blood Crushers, should Scarby still have access to them where he is. Alright, a very nice battle, and hey, there's something to be said for keeping the land ships there in that they do still provide schematics as their gunnery units, and they do pretty good damage as well, in fact outdoing, I'd say, most of the cavalry units, not all. A few of the demigryph units managed to catch up, but still impressive, especially if we were to, for example, replace them with a couple of the Mortis engine effect having land ships of the purpular variety. Though, of course, the other option would once again be to get aerial cav, which would probably get bonuses from our cavalry buffing units. I assume that cav buffs translate to aerial cav buffs, I'm not sure, but that would have given us an easier way to destroy the organ guns before they did anything, rather than the land ships, for example, so that's a decent option as well. Anyway, a pretty darn fun debut battle for Helmet/BRUCKNE'R's army, and the cavalry in general. It was also a little bit of a learning experience, as I liked how the Knights of the Black Rose, they're essentially a counter to Slayers. Yes, the Giant Slayers and the regular Slayers do massive damage to them on the charge, but unlike the Knights of Morr, which charged them and took deaths, the Knights of the Black Rose don't, because they have that Grim Resolve, Iron Resolve, whatever the heck that is, that makes them not die as long as they're above 50% HP. Slayers, generally being designed to give as good as they get, are rendered pretty much ineffectual against these guys, as they are, the Slayers are getting killed due to to the charge, but the Knights of the Black Rose are not. Now, of course, Slayers have their own variation of the ability, I believe, but nonetheless, it seems to work out pretty well. Just got to be careful where we put the Knights of the Morr and where we put the Knights of the Black Rose. Control them a little bit differently, though. To be fair, all cavalry armies are pretty difficult to control in the sense that you got to do a lot of micro. Anyway, Price Sigmar, I guess, simply because I don't know whether we'll heal where we currently are. Ambusher discovered where? Damn it. Damn it, I thought I saw Drajueth the Ashen Ambusher discovered, but it might be something that our allies saw down here. Oh, he's right there, damn. I was hoping he was near one of our other forces, but oh well, not a big deal. I'm sure we'll encounter a decent amount of his forces of Valet, another Forbidden Rod, always a nice find. Ambush foiled by Evan Pfeiffer, rather, but that's fine, as he destroyed the army that he was looking to destroy. I guess you can go into Infernius. You probably wouldn't be able to reach the Silver Tower of Sorcerers in one go. I wouldn't imagine so. Huh, actually, you would if you suffer attrition for a turn. It depends on if there's a full stack there. I guess we risk it. Risk it then, and go to Blood Mountain, I guess, all the way out here. Might as well. Ah, there is a stack there, meaning we will probably not be able to auto-resolve, meaning we probably would have been better to heal up for that particular fight. But oh well, not a big deal. Anyway, Elspeth, you got the ability to move again, and what we need you to do... Oh, this is all Skaven territory, isn't it? Are you allied with Clan Eshin? Or is Eshin dead? Yeah, these guys seem to have killed Eshin and left Clan Krizor alive. They want peace, but that's obviously not going to happen. And Eshin might be dead. Interesting. So what we need to do... If they can't reach this territory, most likely we can't either. Aid their cause. What is this? Capture or occupy settlement belong to... Oh, the rats have this as well. Alright, so go to this. Take it. Trade Hanu port back. And maybe allow them to try to recover. How to resolve this. And Occupy, and we'll obviously trade this as well. And hey, a decent amount of schematics for the essentially free Occupy that we got there. And diplomatic relations with the Golden Order, which might help us in confederating them. And we do have another turn for that. Anyway, Hanu port is going back to you. For a ton of money. They're probably going to need it to rebuild, though frankly, they have no armies, really. Not really supporting anything. Oh, there's these guys. I was looking for you. There's an army right here. I don't know why it's down there rather than hanging around one of their two territories. I guess it's traveling from the one to the other. Now, you know what? Keep the... No, I'm taking the money. Screw it. If we're doing their work for them. Once again. Even if it prevents them from building stuff, we don't have to take the money over the next, like, several turns. And hey, Bellicor is here. Oh, wait. How do we get to you? We have to go all the way around like this, at least with you. We can send Deconstructor Zintler to deal with him. Though Deconstructor Zintler has already fought Bellicor. Land Admiral Zintler has not. Meaning, we may be better off looping around. And just to get that defeat trade on him. Plus there's a full stack out here, so there is a good reason to move up there as well. But anyway, these are all, I think, considerations for next time, as we're pretty much out of time. We certainly are not looking to find a battle in this particular turn, as at the very least I think everybody is a little bit too far away. So instead I'm going to call the episode here. Carl, you can complete your army by taking the volley gun steam tanks. Finally time to start getting these operational and send you out. I guess since we're sending BRUCKNE'R'S southward to fight Skarbrand and possibly Kairos, funnily enough, Carl's army would be really good against it, but we can send Carl sort of to help the High Elves out, travel through Bretonnia, etc. You were kind of on that way in the first place anyway. Wait. How close are we to summoning another Karlberg Greatsword before I forget? We got 4 turns. Ooh. I guess one problem will be, well, you know what? we can sit in Musion for a turn, for a single turn, while we summon the next Karlberg Greatsword, and then summon the next one once we're over on the other side of the sea. That makes sense. Anyway, as I said, I'm gonna call it here. Our armies are heading out to... Huh. Emperor's Wrath is one turn again. What the heck? Why? What is up with you? I mean, I'm not complaining because it gives us a Regiment of Renown steam tank rather than a regular steam tank. Granted, it's not that much crazy better, but I do like the steam expulsion thing that it does have. Plus, its colors are pretty great and would fit fantastically with Clan Angrand, incidentally. But anyway. Anyway, it's still Regiment of Renown and would fit into the Regiment of Renown army. Just gotta get a couple heroes in there. Anyway, for the third time, I think, calling it here. Next time, more battles again. So stay tuned for more Empire fun with the new armies pushing out everywhere in every direction to try themselves against their foes. And don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, especially to Threshold. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.